Hey, it's Mallets with Kyler. So, you guys ever feel like, maybe you're practicing mallets, but you're not actually getting better, or even like you don't know how to get better? That's kind of something that I've noticed a lot of other people ran into. So, in this video, I'll try to be going over how you can improve and how to track your progress. So, we want to start off, improving in general is kind of similar format outside of mallet percussion. Just, in general, want to get better at something else, you want a goal. Not just, I want to get better, but you want to specify. Like, let's say I want to play a 2 octave C major scale. That works. But we can also go a little bit further. Maybe at 80 beats per minute. The more specific, the better it can be. But of course, sometimes you can be too specific and tunnel too hard on one specific topic. So another one would maybe be I want to learn the first 4 measures of my new piece that I received. That's reasonable. Learning 4 measures on something you just got started on. But of course, you can adjust to your liking. Or let's say maybe something more consistent that you can integrate into your practice. I want to sight read 8 bars every day for 1 week and adjust accordingly. That's reasonable. These are all different things that, a lot of people like to work on, but are still very valid in their own right. So, like the first one, we can see how it goes over the music theory on major scales. And then the second one applies to maybe something you're working on currently, like a new piece. And the third one is working on your sight reading, trying to work on your technical aspect, maybe just reading the notes and going as please. All right, so once you have a goal, you can break it down further. So let's say we'll go back to this first 4 measures. So if you want to learn these 4 measures, instead of, just jumping straight into the music, trying to play the whole thing perfectly right away, let's see, how can we set ourselves up for success? We can start off with maybe a warm up, or then maybe if it's a little challenging for you getting to go at the right tempo, we can look at practice the sticking, because that's an issue that even I run into and many people is if the sticking is kind of awkward or something that you're not comfortable with right away, it'll help to have that figured out before you actually fully practice, just so that it's not another thing you have to think about. And of course, let's say we can try slow it down, because of course, when you're playing, you can't always go full speed right away. So it's important to go at a slow speed that allows you for the right notes and not to sound rushed. As the way some people say it is, it's like solving a puzzle, Start with easy corners first, and then once you break that down, you can put the full piece together. All right, so now that we have our goal and we kind of broke it down, how can we track this? I mean, of course, you can just, oh, I know it, I don't. But like, so you can have, like, maybe a notebook, sticky note, even a Google Doc like this, where you have what you want to work on ready. So a breakdown would be, you can write your goal and then what you practiced and notes about how it went. So let's say, just for an example, would be like my goal. Of course, I wrote up here. I want to learn the first 4 measures of my new piece. Then be like, okay, what's then the date would be like, let's say 5/10/25. I practiced the first 2 measures, focusing on sticking and playing the right notes with a metronome. And be like, I noticed that when I played, I would rush a certain part, like my 16th notes. Then another thing that would be very helpful is actually recording yourself when you play, maybe once a week, every time you play, or however often you want. It might seem a little awkward at first, but it's actually really helpful just so that you can listen back to what you played instead of, just having that snapshot of that one moment you played it. You can play it back again and again and kind of break down what you have. So it'll help, hear your improvement. You can see your start to finish, maybe your initial recording compared to something a week later. It's actually very motivating to people where you can hear your improvement. So it's as simple as that. All right, so summing it up again, we have our goal, something clear, short, but still precise that allows us to track it in some way. Then we can break it down in our practice steps, like up here, and then we track it by, maybe when we did it, what we did, and things about how it went. Simple as that. It's something really underutilized by a lot of people that are beginning, but it's still very helpful as you progress forward. And a lot of more experienced percussionists do it as well, just so that they can identify their own things that they need to practice. And that's it. Simple as that. You can try it for yourself, record yourself on a dock or whatever you want to put it on. But yeah, so thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and don't forget, don't chew gum in class.